Welcome, professional wrestling fans, to another great edition of NWA Mountain State Wrestling here on Fox 59. As always, I'm your outlaw rock star, hillbilly hero, redneck role model, and pretty boy redneck, sweet Stephen Hensley, helping you to forget Jonathan Styles one show at a time. Now this week we're going to do something a little bit different. We're not going to bring you the great action we've been filming the last couple weeks. Instead, we're going to give you a retrospective look at tag team wrestling here in Mountain State Wrestling.
By the nose. Oh, wow. The nose of Karl is probably most likely broke right now. Big Willie Blackheart just broke Karl's nose.
It will be before the end of the match.
There you have it, fans. It will be broken before the end of the match.
Well, I tell you what, fans. Bandit really knows how to talk a good game, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to wrestle a good game unless he gets back in there.
Well, you see, if it wasn't for this fancy attorney, Big Willie Blackheart, and the Bandit wouldn't even be in that ring right now. Karl just gets thrown out.
And Bandit, Mike Mayhem out of position again. No, Bandit. He is not going to do it. Wow.
The pain, the agony.
Just puts him into that ring post, Jock.
That's pain right there, The back only bends a certain way, Well,
I tell you what, Jock, the steel on that spinal column, that's got to be unbelievable.
What the Bandit did, he just threw Karl into that steel post, and the back bended in the opposite direction.
Jock, I can't believe the goal of Big Willie Blackheart to call that a drive-by after Karl has been hit by the car. He was just hit by a car a couple weeks ago. His back is not 100%. He gets put into the ring post, and Big Willie thinks it's time for jokes.
Mike Mayhem just told the Bandit that if he does it again, he's out.
And Karl comes back. Karl like a house of fire. 10 minutes has elapsed in the match. 5 minutes remaining.
You see, that's why Karl is known for what he does in that ring. He just got the beatdown of a lifetime, And here he is coming back.
And Karl now.
Meanwhile, JC Dykes Jr. is still hanging out there.
Karl with the head of steam. Yes!
What's the Bandit doing now? That's it.
Now wait a minute, Mike Mayhem's really going to either have to clamp down on some disqualifications or get Bandit out of that ring.
Ring the bell. Disqualification.
I know they have a 5 count.
2, 3, 2. Oh, out of the ring, let's go.
Alright, he's out. No disqualification. Oh! The low blow from Big Willie Blackheart just kicks him in the testicles. Now that don't tickle.
11 minutes has elapsed in the match. 4 minutes remaining.
Dang, it looks like Karl's
completely dazed and perplexed out there.
Seeing 3 of the Bandit.
Oh wait, Karl getting a lucky reversal. Clothesline, and if he just reaches up, if he just turns his arm, he can tag JC Dykes Jr.
What a nice clothesline. The contact was just so incredible. The Bandit is feeling that one. If you ask me, that was a clothesline right to the throat. The Bandit, he's having a hard time trying to catch his breath right now.
Absolutely.
If we had instant replay, you could actually see Karl just jump, fly, and just do that. Right.
Wait a minute, here comes Big Willie Blackheart, Jock. Sorry to catch up, and here's the tag. JC Dykes Jr. one booted, trying to get drop kick, and just trying to fight back.
Looks like we got a one-leg man in the ring.
12 minutes has elapsed in the match. 3 minutes remaining. And now, the head by JC Dykes Jr. down on the mat. Bandit going to use the boot of JC Dykes Jr. as a weapon. And that's
right in the back of the head.
Mike, for you to hit Karl at the boot.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners, as a result of a disqualification, the team of JC Dykes Jr. and Karl, the Demented Duo.
Man, I tell you right now, these guys must have a really good attorney. Wesley H. White, amazing. What a great attorney. These guys are back in that ring due to a suspension, and now they're here doing what they do best, knocking heads.
This is Commissioner Larry Light. If you'd like to see the great TV stars of NWA Mountain State Wrestling come to your town, give us a call at area code 304-673-2054 or check us out on the web at mountainstatewrestling.com.
One down, next up. The Bunkhouse boys are going to go to town against Hard Arrogance. Are they going to continue their reign of dominance? Or will Hard Arrogance be able to pull off the upset victory? Let's go to the footage.
Big Willie with some headbutts, and poor Hard Body Brock's left leg just looks like a limp piece of meat out there as Bandit's partner Big Willie Blackheart continues to go to work on Hard Body Brock.
Well, it's going to be extremely hard now for Hard Body to even make a tag to Arrogant, but Big Willie won't let him.
Oh, I really thought that Arrogant Eric was going to get the tag, and we come in and tag brings Bandit back in, ladies and gentlemen. Meanwhile, Bandit now going to work on the other leg, almost taking out both the wheels of Hard Body Brock.
Well, you can have the hardest body in the business, but if you can't walk, you can't use it.
No, absolutely, Jock. Great analysis. Gold star for you.
Look at that. There you go again, once again.
With a double team effort.
Big Willie Blackheart helping out the Bandit, applying that pressure to the leg. If Hard Body could just get his leg on that rope right there, the Bandit will have no choice but to make the break. But the excruciating pain of Hard Body, I don't think he realized. Oh,
wait a minute. Oh, spitting in the face of Arrogant Eric, which brings Arrogant Eric into the ring. And Mike Mayhem has to tell him, you cannot get in there. There was no tag.
Meanwhile, the Bunkhouse boys are once again teaming up on Hard Body. Arrogant needs to get out of the ring and focus on his partner.
And now continue to go to work on the leg of Hard Body Brock and Big Willie Blackheart antagonizing Arrogant Eric.
Arrogant ain't doing his partner any good. What is he doing?
Oh, wow. Big Willie Blackheart using those big fists to his advantage there.
Hard Body is being broke down, literally. The hardness of his body will no longer eventually exist.
Well, he's taking some serious damage on that knee area as he continues to fight back against the Bandit. Just with that big right hand. And is he going to be able to get in there and make the tag?
Maybe.
10 minutes has elapsed in the match. 10 minutes remaining. Wait a minute. Tilt the world. Whoa! Hard Body Brock reverses.
That was a nice reversal by Hard Body. All he's got to do now is make the tag to Arrogant Eric. And if he gets in, the Bunkhouse boys might be in trouble because he is full of energy right now.
Absolutely. You want to bring in that fresh man. Arrogant Eric has been out there for at least a good 8 minutes now, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe longer. And is he going to make the tag? Yes, he does. Here comes Arrogant Eric. Oh, and Arrogant Eric like a house of fire out there.
Let's see, Arrogant bumping up.
Arrogant Eric working on the Bandit. Big Willie Blackheart being worked on by Hard Body Brock. Both men of the Bunkhouse boys getting the short end of the stick. Bandit whipping Arrogant Eric in the corner. Wait a minute. Oh!
Wow. Beautiful. Just beautiful.
The winners of the match, the Bunkhouse boys!
The Bandit really did get Hard Arrogance a hard slam. I'll tell you that right now.
I tell you what, fans, Bandit getting the short end of Arrogant Eric, but I can tell you what, the only thing missing from this team is experience. If they would have had that, in my professional opinion, this would have went the other way.
Well, Jonathan Styles, I'll tell you right now, like the Bunkhouse boys were, they could have easily won this match.
Well, 2 down. Next up, it's the Bunkhouse boys against the Mad Hatter of professional wrestling himself, Johnny Blast, and his Cheshire Cat, Spyder Crowley. These are 2 teams that I respect from the bottom of my heart. If there's a worthwhile match on this show, this is going to be it. It's Outlaw team against Outlaw team. Who's going to come out on top?
He deserved it. He was pulling his hair. What do you expect?
And now,
That's what you would have done.
what? Clothesline by the Bandit.
Oh, the bandit just spit on Johnny Blast. The disrespect.
And now, Bandit not going to work on Spyder Crowley, but Spyder Crowley fighting back. And Spyder.
Now he gets to take a break, and Johnny Blast gets to do the beatdown. Or get the beatdown.
Johnny Blast, former television champion, just taking hard.
Right in the testicles. Now that don't tickle.
Somebody needs to get an ice pack for the Bandit.
An ice pack. I think he needs surgery after that.
And Johnny Blast measuring and takes Bandit right back down to the mat.
You know what's funny? Johnny Blast grabbed the bandit by the beard. Don't come up. Put on the rope.
And then foot on the ropes and blaming Spyder Crowley kicking off the foot.
He should have done that on the first count.
And the tag brings Spyder Crowley back in now. Whipping him off the ropes and, oh, huge double boot by the Urban Death Squad.
Good double team right there. Do they got the match still remaining? Well, I was about to say still remaining tag team champions. But obviously the Bandit and Big Willie still got a chance.
Mike Mayhem warning Spyder Crowley to get off the choke.
Wow. Oh, wow. What a big punch right to the face by Spyder.
And Spyder now with a leg drop. Wait a minute.
Big Willie with the break. It's Johnny Blast though.
Oh, Johnny Blast now going to work on Big Willie Blackheart. Wait a minute, what's this? It's like a Pier 6 brawl out there, as Gordon Soley would say.
Well, I don't know what Mike Mayhem's going to do here. Is he going to end this match? Is he going to disqualify? Oh!
Wait a minute. Oh, Mike Mayhem just getting pushed down. What? Mike Mayhem calling for the bell. Wait a minute. Mike Mayhem trying to get some control out here.
Oh! Johnny Blast just hit.
Wait a minute. Here comes Brian Chains and Mark Hudgens. And wait a minute. Joe Ray's director of security.
Oh, man, dang.
Oh, wait a minute. Mike Mayhem getting the beat down.
I can tell we'll be seeing these guys be fighting in the future.
Joe Ray's finally getting in the middle of it. That's saying that's enough. Oh, Johnny Blast getting a last cheap lick in. Unbelievable.
That's just nasty. Why does the Spyder have to shoot his web at us?
Wow.
Spitting his web at us. I'm just glad he didn't touch me.
Wow. Wait, what's the official word? We're still waiting. Poor Mike Mayhem. I'm still waiting to make the official announcement, but Bandit and Big Willie Blackheart being held back by all 3 Mountain State referees.
Let him go.
Wow.
I better watch my back.
No kidding.
Well, we've had some great action so far. Our next match of the evening is going to be Tenney and Chad Cross going up against 2/3 of the Gif Taraj, Dynamite Derek Billings, and the legit hit Brian Kyle, the team that I have often referred to as the future of professional wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to miss this match. It's going to be fantastic action, the way only the Gif Taraj can deliver it.
Absolutely, and Chad Cross tagging Tenney in, bringing in the fresh man. Tenney on the middle rope, comes off, and continues to go to work on that arm. And Tenney and Chad Cross doing what is best known by tag teams and cutting that ring off in half.
Now, I like how Tenney comes in. You know what I mean? He comes in great. You know, he uses the ropes for a springboard. You know, and he continues to work on that left arm of Dynamite.
Absolutely. And Tenney now just keeping Derek Billings tied up. And nowhere able to. And tags in his brother a legit hit. Next to it, looks like a thumb to the eye. And, oh, Tenney takes him down.
Now, fans, just to let y'all know what's going to be going on in this our main event right here, right now, in Falls View, West Virginia. Our main event will be Jason, the Gif Kincaid, versus the NWA Mountain Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, the Maestro.
Absolutely.
Did you hear the contact? Did you hear the sweat out?
8 minutes has elapsed in the match. 2 minutes remaining. Yes, Jock, I did.
I know I did, and I know
And it looks like this could be a tag. Right here. Oh, there comes Chad Cross. Cross now taking Brian Karl apart in the corner over there, whipping him right into his brother. And Chad Cross, oh wow, a humongous splash takes both men out.
Tenney's still recovering. Oh, right in the testicles.
And Derek Billings throwing Chad Cross out. They bring Tenney in. You got King Richard working on Chad Cross right in front of me and Jock. Brian Karl now back in. 9 minutes has elapsed in the match. 1 minute remaining.
Oh, did you see that double team right there?
Why is Mike Mayhem not counting to 5? The winners of the match, the team of Derek Billings and Brian Kyle.
Tenney wasn't even a legit man.
Hey, the winner, right?
Well, Jock, I gotta tell you, that match unfortunately had Gif Taraj written all over it due to the fact that King Richard was out there. And you got a tag team that is known for working together.
I'll tell you right now, everybody, the Gif Taraj sure did win this match. You know, they teamed up against Chad Cross and Tenney. And, you know, Tenney didn't have a chance. He was double teamed. He was kicked right in the back, following that vicious move. There was no way he was getting up after that.
Well, Gif Taraj playing by the rules is like saying that, I don't know, Jacques, that Santa comes in the summertime. It just doesn't happen, folks.
Chalk up another big win for the Gif Taraj. When you have two guys as talented as Dynamite Derek and legit hit Brian Kyle, legit Dynamite, the outcome's usually academic. The next contest we're going to see, though, they go up against a man who's been to the big leagues, a man whose first professional match was against Sting, for the love of God. I don't like him, I don't respect him, but there's a lot to be said for taking a victory away from the Stroh. And his partner tonight is a man who used to be gifted that needs to be reminded that he's ungifted. And Dynamite Derek and Brian Kyle are going to show them why they're in the Gif Taraj and Jason Kincaid is not. Let's go to the footage, ladies and gentlemen.
Derek, think you do it? I think not.
Stroh now with a big kick to the face of Derek Billings.
Flying roundhouse. That's some good stuff right there, man. You know, the Maestro.
Tag, wait a minute. Stroh calling for like a double suplex to Derek Billings.
That was a close one for Mike Mayhem. He felt the win on that one. Smart. That's a smart move by the Gif, sliding Derek Billings across to the center of the ring so he won't reach the rope.
Yeah, and I tell you what, that could have been a pinfall if Brian Karl had come in to break up the pin count. And Jason the Gift Kincaid now up, but nobody was home. Tag, Brian Karl coming in, and Kincaid takes down Brian Karl.
Brian Karl messed up. He was too concerned about his brother's safety. What he should have been concerned about was Jason the Gift Kincaid. He should have just went in there and took the advantage of the match when he had the chance, but he goofed up.
Right. And ducked down, missing the clothesline. Derek Billings getting Kincaid with a knee, but Kincaid with a knuckle sandwich to retaliate. Kincaid, what? Oh, my!
Man, now that was something right there. Did you see that?
Jock, what do you say about that?
That don't tickle right there, man. You know what I mean? I like that. That's some good stuff.
And Kincaid now getting some serious kicks to the shoulder blade area. Brian Karl, the clothesline, pushes Kincaid down that mat.
You know, the Gift tried to get Dynamite. Dynamite grabbed his legs. Got him pretty good, you know? Right? So tagging. Dynamite, he got his rematch. Now it's time for some
Oh, wow. What a big
Gift kicks out. Feeling it.
I tell you what, the Gift getting hit with those big hammer hocks, and Derek Billings trying to tag Stroh unsuccessfully. Oh, look at the way that Derek Billings just taunting Stroh.
Gift wants to make the tag.
Oh, that knee to the, looked like the throat region, or to the lower jawbone of Jason the Gift Kincaid.
The Gift off the ropes.
Sunset flip, this could be it. And Derek Billings uses the ropes to break. Big count at the clothesline takes down Jason the Gift Kincaid.
Yeah, he's feeling it right now. I bet you his head is throbbing. I bet you he's got a headache so bad. Wow. Nice. Is it over? No. The Gift kicks out.
I tell you what, Jock, this match, Irish Whip. Here comes Brian Karl into the corner and a clothesline and some elbows. Big man needs to get him out of that corner. And Jason Kincaid just going down.
There we go. The signature of Brian Karl.
Oh!
Is it over? How you doing? Does he win?
Jason Kincaid grabbing the ropes to break up the pin count. Brian Karl completely frustrated about this. And tags in Derek Billings, and a double team maneuver coming up here. Derek Billings. Oh, what a devastating maneuver.
Woo! Man, it's over. No, the Gift gets out. You know, these guys, Dynamite are legit are going move after move. You just can't.
Oh, big boost, Jason the Gift Kincaid. Irish whip off the ropes. Missing with the spinning wheel kick.
Wow, that would have been something right there.
Oh, and the Gift.
I guess he's got it on his own. There we go. Legit hit.
Back in the ring. 10 minutes has elapsed in the match. 10 minutes.
Don't give up. The Gift. Can the Gift get out? Is legit hit gonna force the Gift to tap out? Will he pass out?
I don't think so, Jock. I think the Gift is working his way out.
It's a beautiful reverse.
Coming off the ropes and jawbreaker by Jason the Gift Kincaid.
Legit hit, went for the chicken leg and the Gift put a jaw play to it. Now the Gift has the chance to make a tag so the NWA Mountain Wrestling can get in there to the Stroh and get some butt.
And it doesn't. Brian Karl putting some big fists into the face of Jason the Gift Kincaid.
Oh man, it was a close call.
I really thought there for a second that Karl was going to let Jason Kincaid slip through his fingers and get the tag to Stroh. Karl off the ropes. Kicks Jason Kincaid square in the chest, tagging his brother Derek Billings.
I don't know how the Gif is going to make the tag. Not legit momentum. But yet then again, they can't get the 1, 2, 3 count. They can't get the complete count. Which means the Gif still has a chance to make the tag, or even better, to defend himself.
And Derek Billings with that huge body slam, and he looks like he's going to go up all the way, ladies and gentlemen, to the top rope. Moonsault, nobody home.
Amazing! I have never seen Dynamite Derek Billings do a backflip off the top rope like that. That was just beautiful right there.
Jock, I gotta agree with you. That moonsault was absolutely fabulous. And then,
we need to see that instant replay right there. And wait a minute, would have landed that again.
oh, wait a minute. Jason the Gif Kincaid tags in Stroh.
Big kick. Face. Here comes the heavyweight champion. Bumping up. Dynamite. And legit.
Chops. Oh, and another one.
If the Gif could help out here, it'd be even better. But he needs time to recover. Maybe not.
Well, I tell you what, Jock, this is one of those things that's not really known in tag team wrestling by the average fan. Oh, Spyder by Derek Billings. But once you make that tag, you can really get something going. That adrenaline from your other partner feeds off you. And wait, King Richard. What's King Richard doing? Oh, King Richard's getting clotheslined by Derek Billings. Oh, Jason the Gif Kincaid trying to... And wait a minute. Stroh.
Set up Dynamite.
SPD.
I think we know who the winners are.
Yes! The winners of the match, Stroh and Jason the Gif Kincaid.
You know, that match was so incredible. Dynamite doing black flips off the top rope. You know, it's so amazing. You know, the former television champion, King Richard, is no longer the television champion. I tell you, fans, wow, what a great match. That was just awesome, incredible. The Gif, Jason Kincaid, and the heavyweight champion, the Maestro, make a good team. They really do.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, they just know how to work together. Meanwhile, the Gif Taraj looks like they may be falling apart a little bit.
Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, we have another match that I'm really looking forward to. It's the Outlaw team that I've come to know and love. Spyder Crowley, Johnny Blast, the Mad Hatter of the Mountain State, and his Cheshire Cat going up against Legit Dynamite, the future of professional wrestling, Karl, and Dynamite Derek Billings. These are two teams that are consistently in what I like to call the winner's circle of professional wrestling. But in this match, there can be only one winner. Let's go to the footage and find out how this one plays out.
Score. The ref can't do anything to stop it.
But I tell you what, those underhanded tactics by the Gif Taraj is what's giving them the advantage here, sir.
Dynamite Derek holds onto that leg, drops the elbow, and a nice grapevine on the leg there, working away at the knee of Spyder Crowley. Now take away a lot of the quickness that Spyder Crowley's known for.
That is true. Spyder Crowley known to be able to leap tall buildings and top ropes in a single bound.
Very much like he's older than Spider-Man.
Absolutely. And Spyder Crowley just wheel taken apart, and here comes legit here by Karl.
Nice knee drop by Karl on the leg of Spyder Crowley.
And what I was going to say earlier, you talk about how Bunkhouse, the future of wrestling fans, you don't want to go anywhere if you really do want to see the future of wrestling, because up next is Karl defending that TV title against the Juicer.
Jonathan Styles, there are so many ways I can respond to what you just said, but what we're really seeing is court jester against short jester. I can make jokes about this all night, but it's truly just a travesty that we're seeing both of those men go after the TV title. So after this week, I'm going to put a list of names that deserve television title shots together. I'm going to have the fans sign the petition to get those men shots at that belt.
You gotta be kidding me, because there is no
just deposited Spyder Crowley on the outside. King Richard, I know this seems underhanded to you, but what he's really trying to do is give Spyder Crowley a wake-up call that he needs to get back in this game, or he's going to lose control altogether.
Wake-up call, this ain't Starbucks. He took clear advantage of him.
He took clear advantage. He was shaking off the cobwebs.
Oh, that's horrible.
He's a Spyder. Yeah,
Oh, that's
shaking off the
horrible.
cobwebs. Nice roll through there, holding onto the leg.
5 minutes has elapsed in the match. 10 minutes remaining.
See the way Spyder Crowley's holding onto his leg there. They've worked away at the knee there, the patella of Spyder Crowley. And right there, they may have done some serious damage to his hamstring as well.
They definitely are taking apart that knee and lower leg area, maybe even some damage to the quad muscle. But Spyder Crowley getting up, elbows to the bread basket, going off the ropes. And wait a minute! Wow, what a DDT by Spyder Crowley!
Certainly is, but one thing that I need to point out that occurred when Spyder Crowley made his way back to a vertical base, before he started delivering those elbows, he was still holding that leg. The damage has been set in place, and you see Spyder Crowley, despite that spectacular move, is unable to get back to his feet.
And Spyder trying to get over to Johnny Blast. So desperately needing to make that tag, get Johnny Blast in there, and King Richard getting in Johnny Blast face, and nobody home. Oh, poor Spyder Crowley.
Johnny Blast distracted by King Richard, and you see Spyder Crowley paying the price for it. And Brian Kyle grabbing a hold of that wounded wing of Spyder Crowley, just pulling him back into the corner, measuring him, coming off the ropes. Nice somersault heel kick to the head. Nice roll.
And now Johnny Blast getting a forearm in and a cheap shot into Brian Kyle.
Brian Kyle taking Spyder Crowley back up, forcing him back up to his feet. And at this point in this contest, it takes a lot of Spyder Crowley, even when you just bring him back up to a vertical position, because he has all of his weight coming down that leg.
And now a legit hit pays the price as Spyder Crowley rolls out of the way.
And that's unfortunate for Brian Kyle. That is very fortunate for Spyder Crowley, holding onto those ring ropes, literally rallying away towards this mountain.
And people are getting behind Spyder, wants to make that tag to Johnny Blast so desperately. And then the tag goes, but here comes Johnny Blast! Bam! Bam! Blast like a house on fire in there!
Literally blasting away right now with those fists of fire. Dynamite in the corner. Brian Kyle eating some turnbuckle sandwiches, and they're just smashing away a legit Dynamite right now. And you see them looking at each other. They're sending the bros together, and they smash heads like two coconuts by monkeys in the jungle.
And the UDS definitely taking clear advantage. Mark Hutchins tells Spyder Crowley to get out, but Johnny Blast taking a project going to Brian Kyle with a low blow. Shame on you, Brian Kyle.
Brian Kyle with a legitimate pull when the ref doesn't see it. Dynamite Derek with a legitimate assist by the ref while the ref didn't see it.
The winners of the match, the team of Derek Billings and Brian Kyle, 2/3 of Gif Taraj.
And before I was interrupted by our overzealous ring announcer, the Gif Taraj with a very, very legitimate victory.
What?
Good job, boys. Good job.
Folks, there's no legitimacy about that at all. That's like saying that they deserve to be the #1 contenders for the tag team titles, which is not even true.
Our next matchup was a #1 contenders match for the MSW tag titles. It's my first night on the scene. I remember this match well. It was the two mountain men from the Mountain State, the Bunkhouse boys, going up against the boys from the Trailer Park, JC Dykes Jr. and Karl, and their opponents, a left field tag team introduced out of nowhere by Leonard when the Urban Death Squad didn't show for the tag title match, El Chupacabre Jr. and his partner, the Reckoning Dwayne Tenney. Will the surprise team be able to steal the win? Or will the Bunkhouse boys or the boys from the Trailer Park walk away the victors? Let's find out.
And a shot to the abdomen, followed up. Diablo blocked a little bit here. Dykes regained a vertical base, sends him off the ropes, comes off the ropes. Oh! And a nice flying elbow with authority by the boy from the Trailer Park. Abdomen shot there by Diablo. And you've got to appreciate the effort from all men involved in this contest tonight. No doubt about it. We've got the roughest, toughest customers in the state of West Virginia. But I got to give the nod once again in this contest to my boys at this stage. We're looking at the Bunkhouse boys. Just wearing them out, utilizing the size, utilizing the strength. I think these boys, like me being outlaws, know the right way to twist these rules to work in their favor. And he lifts up Dykes, and a double team maneuver there, cutting off more wind to Dykes. And Dykes just doesn't know what's going on at this point. They've cut off the flow of oxygen to his brain for so long. He's barely functioning to begin with. But I don't know that he's going to be able to come back from so many blows, from so many chokes, from so much decimation. It's just, he's trapped there in a double team. And it's just like watching wolves just toy gazelle. They're just eating him for breakfast. Shots to the throat, shots to the upper body, shots to the abdomen. They're just decimating this guy. There's not going to be a part of his body that doesn't hurt at the end of this contest. Driving him into the turnbuckle, and he attacks in Tenney. And this might be a good, solid, sound strategy. Tenney with the strikes could certainly take Dykes to town at this point, soften him up a little bit more, still a tag leader in the match, make sure that he doesn't pin Dykes, and the Bunkhouse boys could be back in control of this one, looking at victory in just a couple of moments. Dykes off the ropes. Diablo, big drop kick to the abdomen. Just continuing to work over the midsection. It's just good, solid, sound strategy. There's not a part of this man's upper body that doesn't hurt at this point in the contest. And Dykes, good Lord Almighty, he's got to feel like a piece of hamburger meat that's been beat well past the point of tenderness. And Tenney back in there. Sends him off the ropes. And good Lord Almighty, how much more punishment can Dykes take here? Tenney, though, doesn't look like he's doing too much better there. You see on the outside the Bandit firing away on Carlton, and Carlton firing back on the Bandit. The big man firing back on him, but inside the ring, it's a different story. Dykes going for a nice modified style fisherman suplex with a bridge, but nobody's in the ring. Nobody's in the ring to count the pinfall. And Carlton holding on to that kendo stick over in the corner, getting ready to punish the Bandit. Over in the far corner, you see Diablo climbing the back of the big man, and a kendo stick shot to the back of his own brother, and Tenney with a shot to the head there with that strike blow of his. But once again, no referee in the inside, because on the outside of the ring, Diablo has a hold of the big man, distracting the ref. 2 by Tenney, and finally the 3 count. And this match, the tale of the tape will be that Carlton's head was indeed not in the game, and that he certainly was a disadvantage for his brother. And the win's going to go to Tenney and Diablo. Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, Tenney and El Diablo. Carlton looking on in disbelief at his brother. His brother looking up, he would probably look in disbelief, but all he's seeing right now is stars. And you gotta wonder what's going through their heads at this point in the night. Carlton's looking at his brother's looking up a loser. Tenney and Diablo stole a victory from their friends, like the sportsmen they are. And Dykes, he can see Dykes right now is absolutely fed up with his brother's head not being in the game.
Our next matchup, ladies and gentlemen, features the Mad Hatter of the Mountain State and his partner, the Cheshire Cat, Spyder Crowley, going up against El Chupacabra Jr. and Dwayne Tenney for the Mountain State Wrestling Tag Titles. 2 weeks after El Chupacabra and Tenney stole the victory through unethical means. Are El Chupacabra and Tenney going to be able to steal the win in this one? Will it be the blackest day in wrestling history since they won the #1 contender spot? Let's go to the footage and find out.
Appreciate, but you certainly have to see that Spyder knows what he's doing in that ring right now, and he's got Diablo Jr. on the run.
Diablo Jr. was shot in the midsection with Spyder right back at him. They're trading blows in the ring.
But every time Diablo Jr. gets a shot in, Spyder counteracts it.
Big huge slam.
Lays him in position. Terrific elbow by Spyder. Signaling for another one. Follows up, picture perfect.
Spyder bounding off the ropes. Are we going to see it? Oh no, we've got a giant leg drop. And a hook of the legs.
A complete near fall. Goes back to that chokehold. Referees had to get on to him about 3 or 4 times in this match for that right now.
Well, the referees only had to count to 4 or 3 or 4 times. Spyder knows the rules of this business. He's playing it by the book. All he's doing is getting the advantage that he knows he just needs to have in this contest to walk out the victor.
The double team in there on Diablo Jr., both of them throwing the elbows
into the chest of Diablo Jr. Diablo Jr. looking up at Blast now. Blast and Spyder have made use of a lot of quick tags now, using a lot of high-impact maneuvers to ground Diablo to keep him from flying around that ring and making use of the agility and the speed advantage that we talked about.
Blast dropping the fist right to the face.
And a fist from the heavens by Johnny Blast. Johnny Blast questioning the ref's count, and he certainly should. It looks slow to me. It looks slow to you.
I thought it was pretty fair.
Of course you would. You don't know what you're talking about. A great kneeling surfboard into the back of Diablo Jr. As many slams and suplexes as he has had to absorb during this contest. That's a great maneuver. Diablo Jr.'s back's already worn down. His upper body, especially his upper back, mid-back, and lower back, aren't feeling good at this point.
Now he's looking over Johnny Blast. Oh, nice. Oh, drop.
But will he get the tag? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. As soon as you think he has momentum, Spyder's in there to take it away from him. And you see him with almost a modified crossface, maybe more of a modified chin lock, just pulling back from Diablo, damaging the neck, damaging the back, even further than it's already been damaged in this contest.
Biting the eye of Diablo Jr. How is that fair?
Biting the eye, getting inside of the head, giving him a wake-up call, whatever you want to call it, it's certainly effective.
Diablo Jr. and Spyder into the corner and back to the other corner. And Spyder with a big clothesline down to the mat.
And Diablo Jr., as you've seen him so much of the match for about the last 5 minutes, laying face down, laying on his back or laying on his stomach. He's not doing too much high flying right now. Blast and Spyder have effectively grounded the faster man in the contest, taking away the advantage that he primarily would have in this contest. And at this point, you got to wonder what Diablo Jr. is going to do to get out of this trouble situation.
He's got to make the tag, Steve. He has to make the tag to his tag team partner.
He certainly has to make a tag, but Blast and Spyder have firmly drawn a line in the sand. They've issued the challenge to Diablo Jr. to make a tag, and Diablo Jr. hasn't been able to make it because they know where that line is. They know when to cut him off. He might seem like he has a shot of getting his hand out there, but they're going to cut him off every time, pull him back away from Tenney, and keep the advantage in their corner, in the corner of the champions.
It just seems like instinct that he's throwing those legs up.
And a drop kick off the top rope by Diablo Jr. But you see, when he came off that top rope, he may have shoved those boots into the chest of Blast, but he also landed on the ground on his back. And that back has already been worked on for the majority of this contest. It may seem like that should give him an advantage, but it's definitely weakened him. Even if he gets the tag, it may keep him from being the man that you can count on in this match. But the tag is Dwayne Tenney, and good God almighty, a big series of clotheslines, a big slam on Blast, and Tenney is looking dominant.
Tenney slams Spyder and he goes back after Johnny Blast. Both of them now in the corner. Diablo kicking out Spyder.
But a pair of rakes to the eye stops that momentum dead in its tracks. And Blast and Spyder getting ready to whip Tenney and Jr. into each other. A reversal. And good God almighty, two great minds may have just met, but not the way they would like to meet in this contest. It's like smashing a coconut against the skull when you collide with another man like that. And Dwayne Tenney with an Irish whip into a torque armbar and a sunset flip by Diablo Jr. and a double team maneuver. And oh my God!
We've got new tag team champions!
I cannot believe this! I cannot believe this! Spyder and Blast have been robbed! The Hillbilly Chupacabra and the Reckoning are now the Mountain State Wrestling Tag Team Champions of the world.
Now you were talking about Cinderella stories all night. How about this Cinderella story? Just a few short weeks ago, they were paired up together for the first time, and now they're the tag team champions.
Well, you may be happy, and the Muppets may be happy, but me and the Outlaws at home, we know every dog has its day, and the days are not over for Spyder and Blast. Spyder and Blast certainly have a rematch clause in their contract. Wrestling fans, if you've been watching MSW the last couple of weeks, you know well that Team Mega, the NWA North American Tag Team Champions, came to town for some hillbilly hell-raising with the wrestlers from the Mountain State. And their team in this match, Diablo Jr. and Tenney, a week removed from robbing the Bunkhouse boys of their tag team title shot, tried to make the most of their opportunity. Were they able to succeed and steal the victory the way they've stolen so many before? Or were Team Mega able to emerge victorious, still North American Tag Team Champions? Let's go to the footage.
Well, I tell you what.
Follow up on your big moves?
If anything, Diablo Jr. does need to get a little more aggressive and get out there, but he's smart to not take the chance of getting double teamed by Team Mega.
I see that took you a little while to answer that question there, Jonathan Styles. It's a little hard when you're not
I'm trying to keep
off a sheet of paper, isn't it?
I'm trying to keep an eye on the Bunkhouse boys who soaked me last week, and then you got the Gif Taraj over there.
Why are you trying to keep an eye on them? The Gif Taraj is just out here because they have a vested interest as legitimate contenders to the Mountain State Wrestling Tag Titles. The Bunkhouse boys have a vested interest as legitimate contenders, rightful contenders to the North American Tag Team titles.
All the Bunkhouse boys are good for is running their mouths.
The only thing the Bunkhouse boys are good for is being the mountain men the Mountain State can be proud of. If you have a problem with that, you don't have pride in your state, Jonathan Styles. You can take your sorry butt out the store, walk to your car, and drive away. I'd love to see these fans love it.
I have great pride for my
Body blocked by Diablo Jr. A near fall attempt there, but I kick out by Ashton.
And I tell you what, I would love to see nothing more than Diablo Jr. and Dwayne Tenney be our North American Tag Team Champions. And now Tenney, double teaming over, double axe handle, taking apart Ashton Amherst, pulling on that arm, almost pulling out of the socket there.
You saw on the way down there with that double axe handle smash too, he firmly hit on the lats of the big man. And that is a very tender muscle for a man that's developed this Ashton to have hit. That is a giant muscle group there, and you can feel a lot of pain when you land a blow effectively.
And now the hammerlock being applied by Tenney as he continues to pull on the tricep area and forearm.
Tricep pulling him back down to the canvas over and over and over.
5 minutes has elapsed to the match. 5 minutes.
An attack to Chupacabra flies off with the double axe handle smash.
He is not a goat killer.
Jonathan Styles inappropriate. On their skins watching. Kick by Diablo Jr., the Chupacabra in the Mountain State. Ross in to break up the pinfall attempt though. Diablo Jr. picking Ashton back up to a vertical base, tagging into Tenney. Tenney in the ring. Double team. Sends him off the ropes. Double elbow to the chest. Shoots Diablo Jr. up in a body slam on top of.
This could be it. 1, 2, James Ross touching Brian James. What's that?
James Ross was just telling Brian James that he couldn't count the pinfall because someone like Tenney, who has no class, couldn't possibly pull off a pinfall victory over the North American Tag Team Champions.
Unbelievable. Another big there by Dwayne Tenney.
Leg drop on the arm there, holding on to that wrist lock / arm lock. Just grinding it over his own leg there, applying more and more pressure, keeping his leg over top of the bicep and just jerking upwards there.
And I tell you what, Tenney, a former television champion, and Diablo Jr. getting tagged back in now.
You see Tenney applying pressure there to that wrist of Ashton.
Yes, they're continuing to work on the same arm.
They are working on the arm, but I think the most important story of this match is you've got to think Ashton's probably the most muscular man in this contest. So working over his wrist there, taking away his gripping power would be a good move. After all the work they put in, little to no avail. Ashton picks him up in a big running power slam. Tags in Ross, comes in, boot to the head of Diablo.
Oh, wait a minute, what's James
Shot
Ross
to the gut of Tenney. Tenney trying to go in the ring. The ref doing his job here, telling Tenney you can't go over there and do nothing.
But James Ross, clearly the aggressor in this situation, attacking Tenney.
Well, I agree. And that was an intelligent move because you see now Ross is able to have a flagrant disregard for the rules. Drape his foot over the top of the neck of Diablo Jr., cut off the air, pull him back to a vertical base, hit him off the ropes. And kick with authority. Diablo Jr. staring up at the lights, wondering when in the name of God, he will get back to his home.
Look at that arrogant cover. Team Mega is not going to win with a one-finger pinfall.
They might do it over Diablo Jr.
No, they are not. Definitely not. Big slam by James Ross tagging in Ashton Amherst, and Ashton Amherst back in the ring, ladies and gentlemen. Stop on that middle rope and measured elbow on Diablo Jr.
Fantastic forearm drop from the heavens by Ashton. Pinfall, but only gets a 2 count.
Another 2 count. And I tell you what, Diablo Jr. desperately needs to make that tag to Tenney. And Diablo Jr. now punching the midsection, trying to fight, get something going.
They're trying to send Ashton off the ropes. Ashton says, son. Big Dog said back up. Ducks the clothesline tip, picks him up, into the Tom and Crop, holds him. Flying leg drop, a flying guillotine leg drop across the throat of Diablo Jr. Drives him down the canvas. 2 count and a kick out by Diablo Jr. Don't know where he got that kick out from. By Ashton, pulling him back up by his mask. Hopefully that mask won't come flying off. You don't want to see the face of Chupacabra. Styles. You don't want to see it. It's like the Medusa. You might not turn into stones, but you will turn into a pile of baked beans.
That's horrible. And racist to both. And now another
refried beans.
Oh my God! Somebody please bring Jock back. I don't know what.
Somebody please bring Jock back to replace Jonathan Styles. That shoulder block by Ross in the corner of Diablo Jr. You see Diablo Jr. being lifted up off the ground by the force of those shoulder blocks.
And I tell you what, I don't know who's more cocky, you or James Ross, thinking he was going to get a pin by just putting his foot
I would
lightly
have
on.
to say that I'm more cocky because I know I'm that good.
And now James Ross.
James Ross certainly seems to know that he's good too. An excellent big boot to the head, a Yakuza style kick by James Ross, who tags into Ashton.
And a tag, Ashton Amherst now just going to work on the midsection. And he looks like he's picking Diablo Jr. up for a snap suplex. Diablo Jr. really needs to get something going here, ladies and gentlemen. This could be over. Not the arrogance of Team Mega to think that they are going to get.
I don't think that's arrogance, Jonathan Stroh. I think that's confidence. You can't blame them for being that confident when they're going against the team. So obviously have to be against, like the traitors, Brutus and Judas.
And a huge double clothesline takes both men down. Who's going to be the first to make the tag? Who's going to get that first man in? And how much momentum is their team going to see, ladies and gentlemen? Diablo Jr. going to the wrong corner. 10 minutes has elapsed in the match. 10 minutes. Dwayne Tenney comes in.
Scoop body slam. And a scoop body slam.
And Tenney
Over the head of Ross.
And I tell you what, are we going to see the knockout punch by Tenney and the North American Tag Team Championships change hands?
And he kicks Ross out. Goes into the corner. Bunkhouse into the corner. Big right hand. Not looking too good at the moment.
Wait a minute, Diablo Jr. on that top rope, but James Ross taking advantage. Flipping Ashton Amherst gets Dwayne Tenney into the corner.
And kick to the head of Tenney. Diablo Jr. draped over the ropes.
Wait a minute, what?
Ross picking him up.
He's not even the legal man. Oh my God!
Lord. Diablo Jr. right now is dreaming of a Mexican goat burrito dinner.
Unvote. No! Wait a minute! He's not neither man's legals!
The end is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh no!
Leg drop. Heavens, cover. 1, 2, 3. Let the
Your winners and still NWA North American Tag Team Champions, Team Mega!
celebration begin for Team Mega. Let the team and let the Gif Taraj take apart the Mount State Wrestling Tag Team Champions of the world. You see the Bunkhouse boys in there. Revolution back Diablo Jr. Big Willie Blackheart in the corner. Johnny Dynamite there, hanging up on Tenney. Let's see the district these men have for the Benedict Arnold of Mountain State Wrestling.
Mike Bam, Big Boy Blackheart. Big Boy Blackheart just knocked him down Brian James. There's no control out here. We need Larry Light. We need somebody.
We don't need nothing to go on out here. This is for a seat. On account of all the boys in the back, Dynamite, Derek Billings, Ryan Karl, the Bunkhouse boys, want everyone to know that Diablo Jr. and Tenney are going to get away with this time. But you see the focus of the belt is so strong. stifle no one.
And the Gif Taraj intelligently getting out of there as the Bunkhouse boys just deliver a beating to the Gif Taraj. And poor Diablo Jr. and Tenney, they could have had that match won. I really want Bob Trowbridge and the NWA Championship Committee to review that footage because, in my perspective, the legal man was not pinned.
Well, wrestling fans, we've seen a great look at 3 tag teams from the Mountain State. And remember, I'm your Outlaw Rockstar reminding you that friends don't let friends listen to Diablo Jr. promos, inviting you to join us next week when we'll bring you more great action from NWA Mountain State Wrestling on Fox 59.
This is professional wrestler Jimmy Valley, the Boogie Woogie Man. Tell all my people, all my brothers and sisters, don't you dare miss this one. NWA Mountain State Wrestling on Fox WV. Oh yeah!